Live at 5. It's offer review, and boy, what a fiasco. The Nova Trials Nova Legendary event. We're going to talk about it. My goodness. Yesterday was an issue, no kidding. Necessitated temporary disabling the Nova Trials. The event was subsequently reactivated without leaderboard rewards, and the end date is set for Friday, May 26th. If you go in-game, there is an end date, and it is accurate with this information here, and that is for the milestones. So the milestones without leaderboards, with the screwed up Scourges. We're going to talk about the optimal Scourges and the way to get through it a little bit here in the later video, but let's talk about when they're going to come back without any milestones, just the leaderboards. And this is really screwed up. The second version of the Nova Trials with an active leaderboard, no milestones, is scheduled to start on Wednesday, May 24th, and it will run till Sunday, May 28th. And then they say that this may not even happen. Like they may not even know how much time it's going to take to retune this and put it out. Please note that the dates could shift slightly due to technical reasons. The version will have the following packs disabled, and these are some of the ones that were wrong. It looks like there was like so many conflicting interactions that just screwed this up, and they weren't able to fix it. Bio armor, evasive manures, and biocharged. The Snake Eyes pack will be active with the updated text to match in the function. We will closely monitor the scores to ensure the integrity of the ranked rewards. Okay. As a reminder, the leaderboard tiebreakers, scores are ranked chronologically. So the player who scores the first will rank higher than the same score achieved later by another player. So this is the way that they're doing it going forward. Where like if 10 people get the same exact score for 50th place, they were doing it so that everybody got the 50th place reward. They're not doing that anymore. It's in order that you achieved that score. So it doesn't, like the way that they had manually fixed it before was so that it worked like golf, where, you know, all the people with the same score would get the rewards going up, but they're not going to do that. And then they apologize. I don't know what happened, but this is absolutely ridiculous, right? They actually tested the event to make sure it ran correctly. Where can I submit my application? I can shit on bed on command. Apparently that's all that's needed to work for Scopely. It's not hard, right? Literally one person can have done one node with Nova Scourge with all the packs before it went live to figure out it wasn't working as intended, but nope. I suspect that they like simulate and then they balance the nodes based on the simulation results, and the stats on the characters, the villains, the waves, the enemies, right, are tuned up and down based after some sort of parameter with doing simulations. And they probably, you know, send this team in with these Scourges turned on and run it 10,000 times, and then okay, we need to boost this up a little, move this down a little, whatever like that. And which would be, and then my best guess is that they don't play it even once themselves. Like they tune it and get everything ready based off simulations. And this has happened before with kits on characters. They release a team and something in the kit is just wrong, but the team was tuned based on the kit being wrong because I'm guessing they only use simulations. They just sim it 1 million times, get the results, tweak it, run it another million times, get the results, tweak it, and not actually play the actual mode or the character. Absolutely atrocious. And it's certainly their responsibility. And my understanding is that this particular Scourge was not on any of the test servers, and if it was, certainly, you know, some and it's not just envoys that are on these test servers, but there's actual other players from various alliances in there too. Like this wouldn't have happened, but at the end of the day, it's really up to them to test it. But boy, this would have been caught very quickly. No motivation for the Nova trial now. 0 days without the player base being the Marvel Strike Force master beta testers. That's us. Why would anyone be excited to play new content when shit like this continues to happen? How does something like this slip by. I mean, they let Apocalypse came out and he was garbage. That slipped by somehow. Now Scopely Boundless or whoever has a hand in this company since changed hand like a game of hot potato that's changed hands so many times. Impossible task of making the Nova trials right or fair. Spoiler, they can't. There are many players who utilize this issue to score illegitimate milestone points. Yes, the leaderboards were the main port of concern, but you now have accounts with the 4 yellow star Novas that may not have deserved them. And I don't know if that this is knowable, but I'll tell you this. I don't think I would have gotten a 4-star yellow Nova, but I also suspect that this was tuned with the bugs. It was tuned with the bugs. So that's the truth. It was tuned around the bugs, and that's why it's taking so long. The whole trial's a bust. You can't fix this because of diversity of player-based accounts. Even there's a clear-cut solution, I don't trust them. They're able to execute. I mean, look at the last compensation for the incursion screw-up. Anybody seen that missing Blue ISO 4 and 5 asking for a friend? Yeah, the Blue ISO 5, the 1.8 million is still missing. And someone was pointing, is like, well, this screw-up is hopefully makes them forget about this. No, don't forget about this Blue ISO 5. I am hearing nothing about them making compensation on that, by the way. Advice to Scopely coming in from someone who's a digital operations leader for a very large corporation. Get proper QA. Yeah, it's outrageous. Is the Nova Scourge just a pat on the back for buying Crucible teams? Yes! Nobody... that's not true. One person has told me that they got some use out of X Factor. And this has been this way on other Scourges before, like Inhumans were completely useless. But yes, this, and I hate to say this, but I remember them having like this ominous warning in several posts leading up to this event that, and I even mocked it as like, if you don't buy Masters of Evil, it's buy or die. You're going to hate. I mean, I remember mocking the actual language of these posts. Like, it was very ominous sounding. Like, if you don't buy Masters of Evil, you're not going to be able to get Nova. They did give Av a warning, but it feels like X Factor in this event, at least the parts that I've played, are completely useless. Like, they did nothing. As far as I could tell, and I've had one person, everybody else told me it wasn't any good. So yes, this is straight up what that is. It's just a pat on the back for buying Crucible teams. I 1000% agree with that. All right, so the question comes up: what Scourges packs should be enabled and voided in the Nova event? I put out a video early today, and I had turned on all of the packs, all of them. My understanding, after getting some feedback from some of the members of the community and Dorky Dad, that is actually a little bit harder than necessary. Dorky Dad is suggesting running all of them, but power dynamics. Be sure to check out his video, how to use the bugs to get a 4-star Nova now. Must complete this week. And yeah, well, actually, it's running for 6 days. The timer has been updated, so that part's it's been extended a little bit further, but that is what worked for him. Then also, I'll put a link to his video in the description. There's 2 Gambit nodes on 5 Scourge. Yeah, so the trick to this, and there's a couple ways of going around this, but yeah, you got to enable all the Scourges, and what happens is that the bio characters are busted, and you want to run if you want to get a 3 or 4 Nova, you want to turn on as many Scourges as you can and then use as many bio characters, because it's just absolutely not working correctly. And bio characters get to go and go and go and take turns and take turns and take turns. So on the Masters of Evil team, the 2 bios, Titania and Moonstone, and you have to load up the node multiple times until Moonstone actually goes first. And then this has a stun and this has a stun, and you stun the Gambits. And that's how you can get through that node. And then it says you're running in packs. If not, enable the packs to help you and the opponents. The one that would help enable is Power Cosmic Crucible. Make it to node 5, sub out Titania for Quicksilver. Or I think you do need Titania. I think you just have to run the node a bunch of times till you get it to where Moonstone goes first, and then you can stun both the Gambits. Absolutely. Okay, what do we hoard? So the blog post came out today, so there are some things to hoard. Starting on the 22nd, save power cores for Trials and Tribulations. Event starting on the 22nd. Orb start available the day. Save power cores, right? Spend power cores. Also, they're going to have some way of, they're going to be selling the awakened abilities for Nova, which is going to help on offense inside of Cosmic Crucible. War, not Cosmic Crucible. War offense, awakened abilities. They're straight up selling them for power cores. And so keep that in mind as well. And, you know, if you're in the market to purchase those awakened abilities for Nova, maybe coordinate it with this event as well. Then opening training orbs, you want to save your training orbs for the 26, and then spend campaign energy, which happens all the time. And I don't think anybody has anything saved, but that's going to be starting on a 523, but only requires 1,000 energy per day, which should be attainable as usual for most players. Okay. And then lastly, a lot of hype for Mephisto. If you were inside of the Nova Scourge, you would see him in there, and he is going to be an important character in the future of Marvel Strike Force. And it's also been confirmed to the developers that they don't have any immediate plans to do another year-long Apocalypse event. So that is a thing of the past. And right now it looks like the focus is going to be on Dark Dimension 6 and Super Scroll, and then we'll see how Mephisto plays out. But I think yesterday I sent in a video that he's gonna that I thought that he was going to be like the next Apocalypse in a year-long event, and I got confirmation that that is not happening, and that they do not have at this time immediate plans for another year-long Apocalypse event. All right, we got some offers to review. We're going to go through them pretty quickly here. This is a $100 offer. This is for a very small subset of the community that wants to be first in Dark Dimension 6. This is very pricey. Big shout out to Na, who purchased this $100. And keep in mind, you can spend $1,000 if you want. And this is what he got. As expected, entry in gear tier 18 is going to be horrifically expensive for Dark Dimension 6, and my suggestion is to wait and see how it goes, what characters are important, which characters need. We don't have any information. We don't have any information. I am spending, personally, I'm spending gold in the supply store, and it's just killing me because it's so expensive. It's like 200,000 per piece, and sometimes there's two pieces. It's 400,000 gold. But anyways, do what you got to do. This is reasonable enough. These used to be priced out at $75. That was the anchor pricing in Elite 6. I'm not going to buy this, but that is reasonable enough. And then also, I think I'm going to buy this. So this is a calendar. And my understanding, the calendars are only in-game, which you can't buy in the web store. You can buy Ultra Cores in the web store and then buy it in-game, I guess, if you wanted to do that. 8 days, and it's kind of a little bit weird that you get 20 shards of each of the Masters of Evil. Well, not Ultron, but the other 4. So that's a total of 20 times 4, 80 character shards for $15, which is a better deal than this right here. Of course, this here has immediate gratification. Get it right now, $15 for 20 character shards. So this is a much better value than the individual offers because you're getting 20 spread out over 8 days. So that is a thing right there. Again, as we talked about at the beginning of the video, where, is this just a congratulations, you purchased Masters of Evil? Yeah, I don't know. I don't really disagree with that idea. I mean, X Factor is kind of useless from what I've seen. There we've got Moonstone, 25 character shards for $15. Do what you got to do. Titania, 30 character shards for $10. And then Absorbing Man is the same pricing as Titania. Lastly, a couple things right here is we've got 1,000 campaign energy for $5. That's reasonable enough. And then here, once you've unlocked Nova, there are the 4 offers that I have. They're okay. There's the $30 offer, not only for gold, but another $30 offer for training materials. And then there's a $10 offer for gold and then a $10 offer for training materials, which are reasonable enough. Okay. Well, now it's time for the giveaway. I really hope you liked today's video, because if you did, you are in luck. For every single person that likes this video, you will be getting for free in your account an 8-star Yondu D2. This is not a scam. And if you're super lucky, you'll get the Groot also. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Keep on gaming. Bye for now.
Back to time. I've been busy running my mouth.